Hello, my name is Jose Ritz, and today I will tell you about Sargent Shriver. This country has had its share of influential leaders. Many have been presidents, other types of dignitaries, as well as those in positions of power. Many of these men and women are politically based and out of betterment for themselves. Few have we come to find that are out of for the betterment of not only their own country, but mankind in general. Robert Sargent Shriver, or Sarge, as many call him, was one of the few. When I first began to research on him, I only knew him by his last name and for whom his daughter married. Little did I know what kind of influence this man had on the country. I was pleasantly surprised to find out how much of his philosophies impacted the country, from his political career with the Kennedys to the establishment of Special Olympics, as well as other programs that he started that are still in existence to this very day. Sargent Shriver's political career was not one of great success when it comes to winning presidential bids or even vice presidential bids, but his civil rights beliefs will always be remembered. As a young adult, he joined the Navy because he felt he had a duty to serve his country, even though he didn't necessarily agree with the country's policies. Although he was much like the Kennedys in stature, the manner in which he carried himself was different. Sargent Shriver was not self-revealing, nor was he reflective. But in the end, and to his dismay, the family ties bonded him. His civil rights beliefs were those of normal civilians. He called out citizens that all history's great nonviolent changes were made by citizens themselves and not waiting on those of the government. He believed that the cause of civil rights was inextricably connected to the economic status, that freedom without economic opportunity was still second-class citizenship. He believed the equality of men and women rested on the bedrock of the beliefs of Reverend King. His fight for civil rights held a central place in his heart, and his fight for the oppressed society will always be remembered. Sargent Shriver devoted his life to improving the lives of people with intellectual disabilities through sports. The athlete's oath personifies his beliefs in all of mankind. The oath went like this: "Let me win. If I cannot win, let me be brave in my attempt." Although his wife was the founder of the Special Olympics, he was a huge supporter, and in fact was president of the organization from 1984 to 1990. One of his inspirations was to ask himself every day, and I believe that if everyone asked themselves this every day, we all would be a better country. His belief was, what have I done to improve the lot of humanity? The vast amounts of organizations and programs that are still in place today due to his beliefs and character fortitude. He was the founder of the Peace Corps. Sargent Shriver's belief was that in a society of self-absorbed individuals, we need to break barriers. He believed that we must begin to look less at yourself and more at each other. He wanted us to learn more about the face of our neighbor and less about our own. In the Peace Corps, he believed that one who is developed and looking to make a difference is what is needed in the Peace Corps, not just someone who is looking to escape problems or travel abroad. Sargent Shriver was also influential in the development of Head Start. His beliefs that kids should all be given the same opportunities. His parents were his main role models. They led him to believe in virtue of hard work, but for him, hard work was one thing. Economic struggle was a totally different thing. In conclusion, Sargent Shriver was a great man that very few people knew about, yet his work is known by most around the world. His civil rights involvement in his Kennedy family ties, as well as all other organizations he developed, to this day are in effect. His love for mankind, no matter what the race may be, can be summed up with one of his more famous quotes. "It is well to be prepared for life as it is, but it is better to be prepared to make life better than it is." Thank you.